Hey, what's up, everybody? Agmatsu today, and today we're going to be going over all the attunements that have been talked about and potentially could be added into the game. And all these, I'd like to say that like some of them have a very, very small chance, but actually there are a couple on this list that have a very solid chance. And the ones that we start off with are the ones that are going to be like the highest likely of being added into the game. Starting off with Life Weave at number 1. Life Weave is already being added as an oath, and Fino has talked about the possibility of making it an attunement, especially after Iron Sing dropped, and people are like, yo, Iron Sing, you know, the hype with Iron Sing. Life Weave could have a chance at being an attunement. I wouldn't be surprised if it did get changed into one, because it does have a lot of things already going for it as an oath. I feel like it'd be really, really powerful, and it'd be like the guaranteed pick no matter what build you make, because the ability to, like, for example, double your burn damage, or double the length of all the dead gods, or summoning a hive mech and flying around with it. You see what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff sounds super cool. Like, why would you ever go any other oath besides Life Weave? So I think that's why it's the highest likely chance of becoming an attunement. Number 2, we got Blood Weave, Bloodbend, whatever you want to call it. Now, obviously we see in the game from Chaser, right? I think it's also very likely having a good chance of being added into the game, because Blood, we don't really have a liquid sort of attunement yet. So they could actually make a lot of unique and interesting things for Bloodbend, right? And the thing about attunements as a whole is that the way they kind of decide whether it can be an oath or an attunement is that can they have enough content and uniqueness for it to feel like an entirely new oath or an attunement, right? They don't want to drop something and have it feel like fire again, right? But with Blood, like, we don't really have anything that gives that liquid feel, so I feel like it has a really, really solid chance of becoming an attunement, but I think it just as likely could become an oath. Number 3, we have the Deepwoken version of Earth, which is like oils and poisons, right? Now, this is actually the same reason as number 2 as to why it's so high up on the list of things that could likely be added. It's because, again, we don't really have that liquid sort of attunement yet, and with oils and poisons, there could be like a lot that they can do gameplay-wise, like being able to stack debuffs on your enemy. I think something like that could be very interesting. Maybe unique debuffs to oils and poisons, but besides that, again, it's just the same thing as number 2. They can make a bunch of liquid-based attacks. Now we're going into the next category of things that have been mentioned or talked about being added or have already existed in the game previously. Starting at number 4, Moonlight Magic. Now, the thing about Moonlight Magic is that Rag talked a long time ago about adding Moonlight Magic because he was running outside and looked at the moon and said, yo, Moonlight Magic would be cool. So this is a ramble sort of thing from Rag, right? But at the same time, we don't have Light Keep, right? And Light Keep is supposed to guide you, you know, through the void. See, that's how they, you know, do some lore stuff, right? So I was thinking, yo, Moonlight shines in the dark, you know what I'm saying? When it's dark, it gives you the light, so it shines through the dark, you know what I'm saying? Some type shit like that, right? But as for Moonlight actually being a thing, we do have Dawnwalker, but it's not exactly the light attunement, the light thing that people are looking for, so there is, I think, a lot of potential there. Then we have number 5, Smoke Magic. Now, Smoke Magic actually had, like, it could have been added. Like, it literally was something that was polled in the tester Discord way back then in like 2020. There was like a poll where I was like, yo, what do you guys want? Do you guys want some new events? You want Great Sword and Heavies? Or like, do you want to have a new element, which would have been Smoke, which would have been like a Fire and Shadow sort of mix? But Great Sword won, and that got added instead of Smoke, so it could have been actually added in the game, and it still can be to this day. I think it has a very good chance of being added. It's just that I guess they haven't really had much time to really consider it. It could be a path instead of an attunement. I don't know what they're going to do with it, so that's why I put it at number 5. Number 6, we have Illusion. Now, you guys might be thinking, yo, isn't there already Vision Shaper? Like, why is it on the list here? It's because Illusion existed as an attunement. It used to be an attunement. Par added it. I was looking through the tester chat and they said, yo, Illusion added. And there was actually a couple stones that were based on Illusion for modifying your mantras. So yes, it was a very real thing that actually existed, but now we have Vision Shaper, so it kind of likely that they're going to be like, hey, let's add something for Illusion too. Just very unlikely. Now we have the final category. These are things that are like kind of briefly touched up on in the game already, or there have been a few dev statements about it, but a very low chance. Number 7, we have like an actual earth bending sort of attunement, not like poisons or oils, like actually being able to earth bend like from Avatar. It would just be interesting to see, because gameplay wise it could be unique, and it's been touched upon by a dev. Now we have number 8. We have anything that's gravity, time, space related, right? We already have the gravity bell, right? I do think it's possible that they could further go into like the category of being able to use space-time / gravity to manipulate things, but they're probably going to leave it as like bells, or you know how like Enforcer pulls a monster mantra. So this one's also very low on the list. Then finally we have number 9, which is Waterbending. It's the lowest on the list for a reason. Obviously, you know, Ark already said we're never getting Waterbending, but you never know. He might who knows, 2 years in the future, they change their mind. They're like, yo, maybe if you sacrifice like 80% of your health, you like start disintegrating into a monster, you can use like one super powerful, it's like an oath that has only one move or some bullshit. You never know with these devs, man. That's what I'm telling you. You never really know. Yeah, so we'll see what happens for all the attunements on this list. I'm really excited for Life Weave Blood and Earth, and like the Deepwoken Earth, right? Just excited to see what can come in the future, and that'll be all for the video, guys. I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.